And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Just like that, everybody.
Yeah!
We are live, the only people I believe in the world going live today, the day after Christmas. It's The Bonfire. I'm your host, Big J. Oakerson.
Yes.
Danny Soder.
I'm here.
Out
I'm
somewhere
Dan
else.
Soder. Hey, look at me.
voice,
I'm tall for no reason.
That voice, you know him from the Race Wars podcast, and I believe this is an accurate count. 1 trillion television shows.
1 trillion. I'm up to 1 trillion.
The hilarious Sherrod Small is here with us.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we perform in front of 25,000 people.
I didn't know this was an arena.
We're in an arena.
Merry Christmas, by the way. Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. Thank you. I take that from my mother's side, the Hanukkahs. And
Yes.
I take Christmas from my deadbeat dad's side of the family. We are a depleted crew today. Jacob, Jewing it up in fucking Florida. Merkface, God knows. Where's Merkface, piece of shit?
Who are these people you're naming?
Afghanistan.
Oh, that's right. He's performing for
Merkface
troops.
and the kid. Baby Lou ain't here.
Lou is here. Baby
Sugar
Lou's
Tits.
here.
Is Sugar Tits still in the
Sugar
back?
Tits is right
All
there.
right, there goes Sugar Tits.
Christine is here, and she's doing double duty of bringing up all of our video and running the social media and going to be call screening. The number, 844-COMEDY-9, 844-COMEDY-9. Call until we have plenty of stuff to talk about.
So much.
I always love dicking around with Sherrod Small.
Oh, Jay, I miss you like a play cousin.
Last time we hung out together, I believe you were saying sexy things while Christine whacked off a tranny.
Yeah, that's right. On the other show. You got a million
SDR
shows
show.
as well.
I got a million shows.
And, yeah, me and Christine went into a dark room with a tranny, and she opened my eyes to things.
She did. That tranny, you see that tranny from behind, you go
wouldn't
for
know.
it.
Yeah, you wouldn't know from the
You
behind.
go for it.
From the front, you would know.
What an amazing butt. What was
Really
that girl's name? What was her name?
From the front, you'd be like, is Ricky Henderson trying to... No.
From the back was crazy, like beautiful woman. But I did not whack off a tranny. I put my sweater around my hand and then touched his wiener with my sweater wrapped hand.
But you grabbed it so fast, it was like she didn't want the rest of the room to see the tranny's cock. Like, no, keep the illusion alive. She grabbed it so fast, like it was a roti, like a goat roti. She wrapped it in fucking bread.
I'm going to find out her name.
Yeah, her name was, she was beautiful.
Yeah, she was good. She was cute.
Except for that dick.
She just really, I'd never
She had
seen
hard
a
brows,
male
though.
body look that feminine before. It was crazy.
Yeah,
she
had a bit of a strong, if it was a woman, you'd be like, it's a strong face.
A strong brow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And jawline, the whole thing. But like, but the body, I mean, big, weird basketball titties, obviously. But
Yeah.
if you can get past fake titties in general,
Yeah,
you can
because
get
so
past
many
those.
women, born women, have
Yeah.
fake titties that it's like it's just in the mix.
And then that waist was so small.
That waist was ridiculous. Was she Spanish? She got to be like a Spanish type of thing,
I
wasn't
thought
she?
black. I thought it was black. Oh, that dick didn't read black to me. That wasn't a big dick.
It was skinnier. It was skinny penis.
and like average length, I'd say.
Yeah.
I know. The man who got cock slapped by it. I remember.
Who?
Natasha
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He got smacked by it in the face.
Yeah. See, the face is that's pretty much dude. Lou, take a gander.
I mean, yeah, the face could play with LeBron on the Cleveland cap.
Is that Kyrie Irving in a dress? You can't make this kind of reference with Kurt Metzger. He doesn't know
No,
what
he
Kyrie
has
Irving
no
is.
idea. You don't know sports.
That body's bonkers, though.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a hot body. Can't front on that. Look like she ran track back when she was a boy.
If that was a dude's body, you'd say you have a crazy, feminine, good body.
I say let me try to think. Can I even think of a dude with a skinny body, but not over the age of 19, I guess?
No, with a body like that?
No.
No. Oh, yeah, man, that face does hit rough in certain lighting. It's like fucking... She's like Michael Bivins.
It's like the body down is like, that's like Rihanna, but from the neck up, it's like, is that Dudley from Different Strokes?
Natasha Dreams. But, oh, man, that face is...
It's getting to you now?
I feel like in person it wasn't that bad.
Because she was caught up in a moment.
Why is Lewis there with her?
Lewis is now dating her.
Where the fuck did Lewis hang out?
Apparently, they spent Christmas together. They got Christmas.
Yeah. When did Lewis spend fucking Christmas with a tranny? He didn't tell us any of that.
That's the name of his new album.
Christmas with a tranny?
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful album.
That should be. Just Lewis doing carols. Come, all ye trannies. That's a good picture, particularly. But yeah.
Yeah,
We have so many friends who have just ran the tranny route, and I can't do
it's
it.
comics, because comedians, they already in search for love, most of these sons of bitches.
Well, we're always looking for the story, too. We have someone we both know. I won't say his name because he was cool to tell the story when it first happened, and then just shut down on it emotionally. It took.
Oh, wait, what?
I'm not telling the friend who it was. I'll tell you off air. But
why can't we say it on air? Did you talk about it on air before?
Years ago, and he's had it wiped.
He had it wiped out?
He had it wiped off.
Okay.
We erased it, but I'll tell you after.
So it's definitely not Norton.
No. Well, Christine could write it down or somehow and show it to you. Oh, she could text you on the little screen down here.
Oh, really?
Write it in, Christine.
Yeah, write it in a little screen. Let me see what you got.
Because it'll make the story funnier when I tell you who.
Okay. And what happened?
You see?
No? Oh. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah.
So, beautiful girl.
Yeah?
Beautiful girl. We thought, and was, like, post-op, had the whole operation done.
Okay.
But did it, and the funny of the story was, she kept asking for lube. Really needed a lot of lube.
Okay.
When he did it, and also kept trying to get him to do anal. And he was like, well, they had like minutes. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
To pull this off. It was like while I was waiting.
Right.
And, we were like, I was like, yeah, you know what's funny is at one point, I noticed, I thought you had your hand on her leg, but then I followed the hand up and it was her hand. It was like her own hand on her leg.
And you thought it was his hand?
I thought he had his hand, like arm around her.
Oh, okay.
Because she was sitting on his lap.
Okay.
And it was just her own hand. I followed up because I was like, that's a dude's hand.
Right. So she was a white tranny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't think anything of it. And then,
see how I give a clue to that, the home audience?
Yeah.
Of what color the person is who was.
It was a white hand, yes. That's right. Oh, yes. It was a white friend of ours.
If you're scoring at home.
On the ride home that night to New York, we laughed so much about it.
Right. Where are you coming from?
Philly.
Okay.
We laughed so much. so much about it. And then we told it on a radio show or podcast.
There you go, because you always want to tell shit. You always love your stories. Look at Jay with his stories. And you ruined them.
Well, that's almost to the point you were saying, though.
Yeah.
Isn't the thing about why we know so many people who have had tranny experiences? Because of comics,
yeah,
you kind of will go through with something that like extreme to be like, oh, you know, it'll be a great story.
Right.
When it's all said and done, like I'll tell you, like, well, this is my experience with this.
Right.
You don't get judged the same way in the comedy community as you would just like
a regular. I agree.
Necessary in life. If you went to your, you know, if you did sold insurance and wore like one of those headsets every day in cubicles,
yeah,
and you ripped that story off at like lunch break at work, like people are going to be like, what the fuck? We're in a world of much more extreme.
Fred and accounting is a.
Do you find that as a black dude, and this is a real question, you probably have a much higher or much more desensitized to that kind of extreme shit. If you were just hanging out like in the hood with a bunch of black dudes, like they don't play that shit so much.
Well, it depends on the dudes.
Yeah?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the dudes. If the more worldly the dude, the more they like the who cares?
Worldly, that's what I'm saying. But I remember when I was doing the black comedy circuit only, like,
yeah, but a lot
if
of
you
those
made a joke about that, if you were just making a joke about like, you know, so, you know, I did the only thing I could did in jail. I sucked his dick and, you know, made him breakfast. And they'd be like, whoa! Like, they don't like that.
Because they feel like it's an attack on their own sexuality.
Yes.
That's how they feel.
No. I completely, I get it completely. I've, through the years, I learned that. But I'm saying, like, you're hard-pressed to find, like, a black comic who's working, you know, a working comic who's around all these different types of people, comics.
Right.
Black, white, Indian, you know, we're around everybody.
Right.
All in the same thing. You get desensitized to more, like, intercultural
and
shit
plus,
like that,
with
and more
men,
extreme shit.
Plus, with like black men in general, like African American men, all through the history, our masculinity has been under attack. Through slavery, that's most of it was trying to fucking attack black men masculinity because you don't want to make a slave out of them, motherfucker. Right. So you don't want them to believe in themselves or think they're, you know, superior or a sexual beast because you don't want them around your women thinking they're a sexual thing.
Sure.
So you try to beat that out of them.
Okay.
And try to fucking, you know, even you just try to beat it out.
But me and you, for the sake of joke before, have kissed on the lips.
Oh, yeah. Wait, that was a joke? I thought we were going steady.
I thought that was a thing. I thought that was a special.
But you took me to the necklace place.
But you wouldn't make that joke.
Thank you, Christine.
Everyone goes to the pile up. We're going to the necklace place.
That's when you know Jay's in love.
I buy necklaces. You wouldn't probably make that same joking action at a barbershop.
Oh, I would, because I want to see them uncomfortable, and then I'll call them out on it.
But it would be uncomfortable.
For some people it would be, and then even the people who is not uncomfortable with, they would join with me in attacking the person who's uncomfortable, but probably calling them gay.
Yeah.
Because they're fighting it so much.
Is that a weird belief system I have? I have if that freaks you out that much, it's because you are questioning your own sexuality.
Because that's the only like a bigoted situation where if you hate them, you are them. Like nobody say, hey, why you talking about black people like that? You must be black.
Yeah.
Only gays can get away with that.
That's absolutely true.
You hate me, you one of us.
But it kind of is true. It's like, it doesn't freak me out. It's like, how have you done so much weird, like, you know, half to 3/4 gay shit with Louis J. Gomez, what we have on video or audio or whatever. And it's like, why? It's like, because it doesn't do anything. I know it's funny to make people uncomfortable with it.
Right.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
Anytime I've touched Lewis's dick, I haven't gotten a boner from, you know what I mean? It's
You
like, it's
sound
just
like every girl.
I never got a girl boner from touching Lewis.
Maybe Lewis just ain't got the cock for you.
But I think it's separating from the herd of anything, because whether I've said like over the top, like homosexual shit on stage,
right? As
a comic, I feel like in a room that's like, you know, white, black, Hispanic, foreign people, everything like that, in like a mainstream comedy room.
Yeah.
I've never felt like the black people have checked out from that stuff, but in a room full of black, even the people that aren't freaked out by the joke or just think it's kind of funny,
they'll hold back.
They hold back because they don't want that to get like, to go around. It's like, well, I'm not laughing at that shit. That's gay shit.
Yeah, like laughing at it makes you gay.
So weird. But it makes you wonder what the hell happened.
But you know who else do that kind of shit? Like military dudes.
Military dudes.
You do a USO show and do a fucking gay joke and watch how tight it gets.
Especially now, because they don't have to tell anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it might land and fucking be a huge laugh, but chances are it's gonna get, oh, they mean.
Yeah. Nuh-uh, not me. I don't do that.
Yeah, and anybody who's questionable or just sometimes straight dudes will call one dude the gay dude, even if he ain't gay.
Do you know what wigged our friend out of having that story be public anymore?
What?
The judgment of what I would describe as wiggery comics.
Oh.
When the story was going around, he goes, I remember one of them came up and he's like, yo, man, that really happened? Like, you had to think. And he was like, yeah, I didn't know. You know, I couldn't tell, really. It's like, it looks like a girl. It had a pussy, you know?
Right.
And it was like, oh, man, it's sick. Like, he threw instead of just laughing like everybody else did.
Right.
Kind of like, oh, what a crazy story. He shut it down, and all I could think through those times where I was like, I almost wish this happened to me, so I'd have a half hour on
yes,
that.
Yes.
Getting tricked like that?
Yes.
He was tricked, for sure. He was fooled.
But even you would have a good 15 minutes on Guy's response to it.
Absolutely.
That's what the funny is.
But he didn't like it. He couldn't take it anymore. He's like, oh, you know, my family could hear this. I'm like, so what?
Your family already suspected, dum-dum.
Your family
Look
knows
at your
you
shirts.
Love this.
You fucking asshole.
Your family knows you love this. Lou, can you look at a tranny and acknowledge hot?
Yeah, I can acknowledge hot.
Hot is like, hot don't mean that you want to fuck them, right? Is everybody on the same page?
No, it doesn't.
I see people who are hot and go like this, yeah, that's a hot girl, but I don't want to fuck her.
But some people would check it out right away and be like, fuck that shit. That's like gross. That's like, you know, people get mad.
People get mad at
just like the idea of a tranny.
Because people don't want to get tricked, for one.
Sure.
And people already, with their own sexuality, they know in their own heads they're on a slippery slope. They don't want to deal with that slope.
We're all on a slippery slope.
They're on slippery slopes. Especially white dudes. I think all white dudes on that slope.
I said I find the only other thing besides stand-up comedy where those worlds like really get, those lines really get blurred. I talked about this with my buddy Ralph. You know Ralph.
Yeah.
I talked about it with Ralph earlier. And Michael Che, actually, was in porn. It's amazing how much in porn the black porn stars, like, they drop all that shit. And if you meet a lot of those black porn stars, they're pretty machismo guys.
Yeah. But they also more worldly guys.
Worldly guys, but they will do,
in a lot of cases.
But they will do a scene where it's like, their dicks definitely touch in a girl's mouth, or they doing double penetration, and their dicks are definitely.
If you double penetration, you rubbing up against dick. It's just a thin skin there, so that's what you're doing.
And also, if you have balls,
but that don't mean gay. That just mean you a freak. you in,
right?
You in, nigga.
But some people would just claim they would never be part of that thing at all.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a double penetration kind of dude. Now, I banged a girl before with my boys.
Me too. I've done
that many times. But
someone like Patrice used to always claim to me that when I would tell him,
I've done it with Patrice.
No, Patrice says he won't do that.
No, me and Patrice banged the girl together, but
Same
never double penetration. Yes, nigga. Yes.
No, that's great. He always said he wouldn't do that. He was like,
that's why I was.
He said he was a vampire. He
I was a special friend. He did more oral with her, but you know me, the guy goes in.
Yeah.
I unpacks in the pussy.
I goes in.
I rearrange stuff, pushing organs around, nigga.
But that's
But yes.
The black girl
too. Hot girl.
Black girl.
No, white girl.
White girl.
That's right.
He was so afraid of white girls.
That's why I was I was like an ambassador.
You were the buffer?
Yes.
How old were you when you had your first white chick?
Teenager?
Really?
Yeah, but Puerto Rican and all that. That's the joy of growing up in New York, though.
Yeah.
Growing up in New York, you got
Brooklyn,
everything.
right?
I grew up in Brooklyn in Bed-Stuy, and, I went to school at Lafayette, then Bishop Lachlan, and we travel around when you're young.
That's not public school?
No, private school, but Lachlan's private high school.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, because public school in Bed-Stuy, I assume, was probably mostly black.
Public school in Bed-Stuy, yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, that was all black, yeah. Pretty much.
Now,
Black and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And Spanish or whatever. Some
Yeah.
Asians.
Asians will go anywhere. They're not afraid of shit.
Oh, they goes in. Just like Russians. Like the whites that we had in Brooklyn were like Russian whites.
And they're not afraid.
No, they were in. They were us. They Brooklyn.
Do they assimilate or do they just stay Russian as shit?
No, they all see. That's the thing about growing up in the same region. It's like I would have more in common with a Russian dude who grew up in Brighton Beach than he had in common with some Russian dude growing up in Russia.
Oh, of course.
Because we all had ColecoVisions and fucking Star Wars sheets.
Absolutely.
So we was the same dudes.
Yeah.
So once you get past the initial your parents hate,
yeah,
you go like this. Oh, these guys are okay.
I'm much more likely to recognize a black neighborhood now than the fact that I grew up in a relatively black area.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't think of it much at the time.
Like you didn't think of it black area, you just thought of area.
I just did, yeah. Because I had friends that were black and friends that were white.
Right.
I don't know if it was at the time. I mean, as I got older, it got more and more dominated black.
Yeah.
And now I'd say it's essentially a black neighborhood at this point. My grandmother still lives there. Yeah. But it doesn't wig her out either because it's just it just is what it is.
When I went to Lafayette,
she doesn't think about anything about going to stores or to eat, or she just goes and the neighborhood's got more black.
When I first went to Lafayette in 9th grade, and because I just wanted to get away, get out the neighborhood. I always was a motherfucker who wanted to go out and see what other motherfuckers live like. Get out the neighborhood, get out to that, and get out. So I went from Bed-Stuy to this is Coney Island. This is
Lafayette?
You got Lafayette's right over there by Utrecht, Dewey, fucking those schools, and this was back in when niggas got stabbed.
Right.
This was stabbing season, and at Lafayette the school was fucking separated. It was a black side and a white side. And it wasn't like segregation and no shit like that, but it was like when niggas hung out, they went to class together, but when it was like lunchtime and everybody went outside, black side, white side, and then you see and there was a lot of Puerto Ricans there too, so it was like Puerto Ricans by themselves, like Spanish one side, but it was like separated like that. It was crazy to see that.
But in class,
and I mingle with everybody. But all my boys was Italian and all that, and I mingle with everybody.
Yes, I was going to say, in class and stuff, you kind of dick around with whoever.
Yeah, in class you dick around with everybody, but outside at lunch, everybody went to their own fucking corners. And I was like, look at this.
I don't know how much
nonsense.
How much it split up in my school. I guess it sort of did. I guess if I think about it, it sort of just did, but everyone knew everyone.
Everyone knew everyone, but everyone knew, they had their own places to hang during lunch.
Also, I feel like in the public school I went to in Philadelphia, the 2 gay kids I can remember were not ostracized.
In high school?
They really weren't.
Yeah.
For as long ago as that was, the 80s, I guess.
It depends on the kid, too. Sometimes a gay kid is just the coolest kid.
They were both very effeminate. One black, one Greek, white. The black guy, Andre, was just
it would be.
Yeah, he was super well dressed.
Right.
You kind of admired that in some way when you were a kid because we're like, oh, this guy's wearing slacks and sweaters and shit and looked good. And you're like, we're just wearing whatever the shitty kid clothes of the day were.
That's right. Your ET t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. My one strap off overalls.
Your Alf shirt.
The Family Ties painting of the family. Yeah, but they were not I don't feel like there was ever any kind of I don't think there's shit rained down on them ever for being gay. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes you got pockets of areas where I know we had a lot of gay kids in my school. At Bishop Lachlan we had gay kids. This is gay Catholic kids.
Yeah, private schools. My daughter's in private school now, and it's similar.
They would usually shine one day a year. Fucking the talent show. These motherfuckers come on the talent shows I ain't know Trevor can sing like that.
Yeah, he goes tap dance and play drums.
We gotta stop throwing stuff at him.
The nerds still got it, and the nerds still got it.
As they should.
Yeah, it was the kind of the disheveled kids and the dirty kid and all that stuff kind of got it.
Yeah.
But
that's why they made kids start wearing uniforms because some kids just ain't have the clothes to go to school every day and not get teased.
Yeah, That feels like much more of like probably even like a 90s thing when like fashion became like more of a thing.
Yeah.
It really wasn't like, because there wasn't really a fashion thing. I mean, I couldn't fucking process right now going to high school.
Listen, I had a bunch of like pairs of jeans in high school and junior high school, but I probably only wore 2 or 3 of them.
No, right.
And I pulled, and nobody, that's how I rocked it.
No, yeah, me too. I always kind of just.
And then I had, we couldn't wear jeans in high school in Bishop Auckland.
I had like my rotation of clothes every week. I still do that.
Yeah.
To some degree.
It's like.
I just have like, I do laundry every week and then I start over, maybe different combinations of something, but essentially it's like 5, 6 different things I wear.
My life would be really easier, both our lives, if we just have to wear a uniform.
Yeah, we just had a uniform.
Just a comedy uniform.
Oh, we just be fucking Judah Freelander's life is so easy.
So easy.
It's so, I'm so jealous of it. No one even goes like, gives him shit about that. He wears a world champ shirt every day. He never is out of it. I've never seen him even on a day off, or I've saw him during the day in the city. Not wearing that shit.
Never.
God bless him. But, yeah, it's funny. I couldn't even process now the idea of being in high school with like, in a public high school, with the way girls dress now, that
fuck
age.
Dressing. Phones.
Yeah.
If you got a bum phone, you a bum. We didn't have to deal with none of that shit.
No, but I don't even mean about the
fuck your jeans and your sneakers. It's like this, nigga, you got a flip phone?
Yeah.
We gonna jump this motherfucker.
I'm talking about the class system of it, though. I'm saying more about like the actual like provocative nature of like what
the sexiness of it.
I mean, like,
well, some girls is not.
Of course, but we had to stop taking Isabella to. She had to get clothes from Justice at one point,
right?
And at one point, that store didn't make not low-rise jeans,
right?
Like they only made low, and that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And you put them like also with the with the over-sexual. I know we both have daughters.
Yeah.
With the over-sexualization of and accessibility with internet and everything to it.
Yeah.
Like the girl who like sucked a dick in high school or rumored to have fucked or sucked a dick.
Yeah.
Like she was kind of like ostracized.
Yeah.
Not ostracized, but like every guy secretly wanted to get with her.
Right.
And every girl was like, I wish I had maybe had the balls to do it.
Right.
But they're all trying not to, and maybe some did in secrecy. But now it's like you wouldn't be like shameful walking through the hallways. Some girls would if they get teased for it, but if you own it,
yeah.
And that if your girl goes like, oh yeah, I've sucked every guy in that cruise dick over there. It's like, if you like, no one gives a shit.
If you own it, then
it's so fucking
because confidence is a rarity, definitely in high school.
Sure,
like,
but also the fact that like it's so in the lexicon, the idea of just like sucked. It's like it's almost you almost
yeah, okay.
You can almost brag about sucking.
Oh, now
how
because
good
you can't shame whores now because there's no whore shaming.
Well, there is, but I'm just saying, but a girl like it's not a weird thing. It would have been a mind blow if a girl was like, oh yeah, like I definitely sucked the best dick at this school. Yeah. Like everyone be like, what? Like, who says that? But now I think that's a thing you would hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
girls didn't say it before, but we knew.
Like a 16-year-old pride in how good you suck dick.
Yeah.
Well, I bet Christine was trying to tell me how good she was at blowjobs from the get-go. And she was like, when's the get-go? She's like 15. I'm like, what? There's no way you were good at this. There's no way. She still stands by. Look at her face.
Well, there's only one way to prove it. No, I believe that. Definitely young girls, blowjobs is not as meaningful to them as it is to us. They're like, sex is bigger for them. So sucking some dude's dick to a girl, just saying, ain't really a big deal as much as it is to us putting a dick in your mouth. To us, it's like this. Life has to change.
Yeah, this needs to happen more. A lot. But you were 15 when you started.
Uh-huh.
That's the easy way out for most girls when it comes to sex.
The guy was 20.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, my God. That lucky bastard. I mean,
he told you were great at it? What was your idea for how to approach it if you think you were so good out of the gates?
Who told you about it in the first place? Who said this is how you do it? Or do you just don't?
Girlfriends.
Okay,
and
that's
then
what
a couple of guys. I remember one of my friends was like, just remember it's called sucking dick for a reason.
What? So you got to suck it, not just
suck.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure I was not great at it, and hopefully I'm better in bed now than I was at 15. I mean, God willing, but I just don't. I mean, it's just not that like. It's just not that hard. I don't think it's that hard of a thing to do well. And I think if it's something you're into, even if you're younger, it's like you're probably going to be okay at it.
There's a lot of bad ones out there.
Oh, there's some tough ones out there. But that's just lazy bitches. I
really wanted this guy to love me, so I went. I was into it.
When girls give you bad blowjobs, it's not just that because they bad at it. It's because they lazy at it and don't want to get better. Most girls do it bad because they don't want to do it at all.
But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, you have had ones that like they barely go over the head with.
And
their
I'm
mouth
patient with them.
like,
We'll fix this. You're gonna be down there for a while. Open wider. No eyeballing.
No eyeballing. No, yeah, like the shallow mouth blowjob is terrible.
Oh yeah, no.
That's what. No hand. Awful.
Not playing with the balls is like, what are you, a rookie?
Not
You're gonna
enough
cost us the game.
Not enough spit.
Yeah.
Lou, how old were you the first time you got your dick sucked?
18 by a prostitute.
Wow. In Tijuana? Did your dad take you?
No, in the Lincoln Tunnel, right outside the Lincoln Tunnel.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, in the Lincoln Tunnel. Was it a traffic jam?
There's a thing called tunnel bunnies. You remember, Sherrod?
Tunnel bunnies?
Yeah, the hookers that used to hang out right outside the Lincoln Tunnel.
On the Jersey side?
Yeah.
On the Jersey side?
No, on the New York side.
New York side. I remember used to be mad prostitutes in the streets in New York.
Yep.
I'm right there on 34 in Park. Right there on Park Ave and 34th, nigga. I got a blowjob right there many a time in high school.
Yeah.
I used to drive up there in my fucking hatchback, pull it over.
Changed.
And me and my boy would get out while I'm getting a blowjob, then I get out the car while you get a blowjob.
Yes, that's what we did.
And we drive back high-fiving.
Eddie Murphy did the same thing when he got caught with the prostitute because he had a foot fetish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same spot. Tunnel bunnies.
Oh, really? Right there?
Mm-hmm.
When I first started coming to New York with Keith and Kev, there was some over on like 11th Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
Way over
in
there.
the 20s?
Yeah.
And that whole strip.
Yeah, right by the
trucks
car
used to be.
dealerships and shit. Yeah.
The buses and the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to be all over there, but they were trannies.
Some of them
Most
were,
of
but they started out all women. And then they got pushed up to the fucking Bronx.
And then I'd see a few floating around when I lived in Astoria, like right near the bridge.
Yeah. And these were, people who sometimes think prostitute, you think crackhead. This was a crackhead situation. These were prostitutes who were just working girls.
And they were like, but they wear like slutty dresses and shit.
Better looking. It was like, holy shit, that's what I thought prostitutes were growing up, because that's what I saw. Like late night in the city, you would see that.
Camden, New Jersey is more that's like, the reality
like
of it.
lot lizards?
Yeah, the lot lizards. Camden, New Jersey is like the crackheads. Like, they're standing on the corner.
Fucked up the prostitute game.
They're standing over there shaking on the corner and like trying to flag you down, and you're like, "What? You should not put your dick in anything this girl has."
Crackheads fucked up the prostitute game, kind of like amateur porn fucked up the porn game.
Early in comedy, going down to DC, we saw like a bunch. Like in DC, we see like a bunch like really pretty ones, like in like fucking like evening gowns.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm telling you, it used to be a whole different
But that's
scene.
For the, because the politicians
down there, yeah.
So they probably cost a lot more and stuff like that. But I've never gotten a Vegas
they'll throw you a
hooker.
break.
I've never gotten a Vegas hooker ever.
Oh, I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, I even had some in Vague that I didn't pay for.
Why?
Because it was just, I got the hookup through, I don't want to say the strip club, but one of the strip clubs they just kept them.
I only know one strip club. The Spearmint Rhino.
You son of, I'm not confirming.
That's the only name of the one I know out there.
Oh, right.
That's such a famous club. I got my, I've never been blown. I've never had a sexual experience in a strip club.
What?
Never. No, I've never
What are you talking about?
Christine's shaking her head. What are you talking about? Oh, with you?
Yeah.
Oh, you had full-blown lesbian sex in a strip club, Christine.
So have I. We got so much in common.
Me too.
Yeah, Christine had full-blown lesbian sex. I didn't have any sexual experience there. I didn't do anything.
Your dick wasn't out?
No.
Selfish.
I didn't think that would work. That was a fan in Philly. Worked at a strip club, and he's like, "Let me send you a car.
Yeah,
I'll roll out the red carpet."
Yeah, every town I go to is that.
Oh, I was going to try to say no to that. I was going to say no, so I'm like, whatever. I used to like drive those girls around for a long time.
That's right. In Philly, do you do that?
So it's like I have like a behind the scenes of it. That's just kind of like these girls hate what they're doing. Like they're fucking, they're such a sad life thing. And I was like, whatever. But Christine said she'd never been to a strip club in her life. So like, well, we gotta go.
And then the first time you went, you had lesbian sex. Mm-hmm. You're just lucky that.
Well, listen,
I won strip clubs.
She won. We kind of wanted to leave.
Holy shit.
We kind of wanted to leave, like at one point. But I said to her, I go, well, before you leave, you got to go get a lap dance.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, I don't care. I was like, no, look, we came out here. Like, you can't. This might be the last time we ever go to a strip club together. So like.
Then something clicked in your head. It was like, oh shit.
No, she goes, I don't like any of the girls here really that much to like pay them to go back there. It's like they're kind of whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, and I just saw one that I feel I kind of know Christine what she likes.
Yeah,
punchable. Girls at this point, he's like, the girl's punchable. I go, how about that one? And she goes, oh yeah, her for sure. And we brought her in the back, And I just laid a bunch of money down, but definitely not enough for what she did. I mean, they just basically went at it.
They went in.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a good situation.
It was a fantastic. Is that Lou jerking off that noise in the background? Lou, did you ever get laid in a strip club ever?
No. Vegas prostitutes, yeah.
Yeah? What's your prostitute count in your life? I've got too many.
You've been doing comedy in New York too long not to have got, like, sex in a, like, unless you just don't want it.
Sex in what?
In a strip club, because all these dudes, first of all, everybody who work at night in this town all know each other.
See, you were a much better schmoozer than I was ever. I was always, with Isabella, my daughter being so young, when I came up here, like, when I moved to New York, first of all, we used to drive back and forth all the time. So when the shows were over, we had to drive back to Philly for a couple years. Then when I moved up, 6 months, literally a year after being up here, I had a newborn baby. Right. And I didn't really do so. I'd kind of go home because I had the responsibility with that in the morning and everything. And I never really did so exactly. When Artie Fuqua and guys like that roll around, they're like, you don't know, I'm that now. I'm starting to know these guys. I know Big John from headquarters. I know these guys now. Yeah. But I didn't at the time, so no, I never. And now it's to the point where just like, I'm not just going to go to headquarters and like kick it one day. I just don't, it doesn't really strike me as a thing to do. You know what I mean? Like at almost 40, I'm like,
yeah.
But if there's an event there, you went with me to an event there. It was fucking great.
Oh, yeah, that was great. Yeah.
We had a blast.
That was at headquarters. That's right.
That was headquarters, yeah. So it's like, I'll go and do, but yeah, no, I didn't.
And my boy, Mike runs Sapphires.
Yeah, I just never, I never went to all those places. The only one I ever did, and I don't think I've ever told the story on this show. It was so funny, man. Like, I had the guys who ran this club right around the corner from Caroline's. Bear Elegance or something.
Okay.
It was essentially a whorehouse.
Okay.
It's not
I remember when the Laugh Factory in Midtown was a whorehouse.
Oh yeah, it was. I know. I was
whorehouse, and they kept the same rug when they made it a comedy club.
Yeah,
you filthy fucking animals. So much DNA. If they blacklit that fucking rug.
Oh yeah, jeez.
Decades of semen.
If you do the floor's moving, the sperm are all still swimming in it under an electron microscope. No, this place, Bear Elegance, it's shut down now. But I used to go there. I tried to get a job there when I first came to New York, when I first started coming up here.
Yeah.
And one time I opened for, I became friendly with like the bartender and the owner.
Okay.
Ish. The owner skeeved me out though, or skeeved me out a little bit. Because I would go in there, and after they knew I was a comedian, they'd come to a show or two of mine.
Yeah.
When I started going in there, it was like this, it's weird seeing like, again, like the ownership of the chicks those guys feel.
Yeah.
It's sort of weird.
Oh, it's really weird. It ain't sort of weird. It's
like he goes, you see the new girl? And I go, no, not at all. She goes, hot Puerto Rican chick. And he'd be like, hey, get over here. You know, whatever, Apple or whatever the fuck her name was. And he'd be like, you see that? He'd turn her around, like spread her ass cheeks to show her asshole. He's like, bend over. He's like, look at that right there. And you're like, okay, dude.
It's like, I don't want to see a dude do that to a girl.
But that's the kind of thing those guys like to flex their muscle like that.
Yeah, because that's just fucking dumb.
It was skeezy. But he brings the girls one time. He brings a couple girls one time.
Yeah.
And his bartender, the guy I know, they bring two of the girls to I'm opening for Regan. Yeah. At Caroline's. Have I told this on the thing, Lou?
Yes.
I have? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they started, like they talked, the strippers talked during the whole Regan show. It interrupted Regan. He had to acknowledge it. And then at the end of the show, the girl punched an old lady in the face because the lady goes, thanks for ruining the show for everybody. And then the strippers punched her in the face. I'm like, that's what happened to me when I got involved in, like, meeting the nightlife people around town. They fucked my shit up. If you got a crazy strip club sex story or some terrible blowjob story, you can call 1-844-COMEDY-9. It's Big J. Oakerson and Sherrod Small. We're going to take our first break, Lou.
Is it break time already?
Yeah, we'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, yeah. We're back. It's the Bonfire. Big J. Oakerson, Sherrod Small. That's Seven Dust.
That's a good song, man.
It's a great song. Crank it up, Lou. Let them feel it. We're doing black lead singer rock today. I got to take you to see Seven Dust one day.
From who?
I'll take you to see Seven Dust.
Oh, yeah, let's go. I'll go.
They're fun.
Yes.
Fun live band.
I'm a mosh and start a fight.
Can you bring up We'll get Christine to bring up a Seven Dust video. You guys see the guy's an awesome lead singer. We're talking about crazy fucking hookup stories here with Sherrod. Sherrod's been in the game. I know Sherrod, a puss-smith.
Yeah.
They say cocksmith, but I'd say a puss-smith.
I know my way around it.
Yeah.
No.
You started fucking pretty young, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Well, after I lost my virginity, I didn't fuck again for 2 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's weird.
It was an older girl, too. It was great. Babysitter situation.
Yeah, you told us on the SDR show. It was great.
Yeah. I miss her.
It's funny. I had weird things happen when I was crazy young. Yeah. And then didn't lose my virginity until I was 17.
Yeah, because once you start, because most times when it happens real young, the girl's in charge. It's just happening to you. You're not doing it. So once it's your responsibility to be the person in charge, it's going to take you a little more time.
I felt when I was like a kid, like 10, 11 years old, they would like allow me to do a couple different girls, like fingering and tit grabbing and just shit like that, like touching their pussy. Weird. And then nothing.
I remember I dated one
Complete
girl.
dry through high school until senior year towards the end.
Who scared the shit out of me. One of the Puerto Rican girls that I dated in junior high school because she was just better at stuff already.
She already knew what she was doing.
I was just a young boy with crushing. Yeah, she was already in, like, had like a 16-year-old boyfriend already, and we was like 12, 13.
Yeah, my virginity was lost to a girl who knew what she was doing already. Yet she wasn't very great at it, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, because she's still young.
But again, I wasn't very good at receiving it either. I tell you, that's why my balls being ticklish. Oh, yeah, turn this up.
But I remember
this guy's awesome.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah, he's so good.
He looks beautiful.
You hear him singing?
Hair,
Can we hear him sing live?
Can't get audio.
Motherfucker.
It's okay. Don't get angry, Jay.
No, I get angry.
Jay, no.
No, it's time to get angry now.
Oh, no.
No audio, I get angry.
Yeah, getting laid when you're young is just a mess, but you're happy it's happening.
Well, here's a guy. We have John of Virginia. He claims strip clubs got him divorced. That's an unenlightened woman you remember.
Well, he was in there in the daytime and shit like that. Let's talk to him.
John, you there, buddy?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
You're on the Bonfire. It's Jay and Sherrod.
What's up, Johnny?
Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year.
Oh,
thank you.
Happy holidays.
I was telling Christine here, I drive for a living. I'm a courier.
Right.
I'm a medical driver. I was telling, and I said no disrespect. It sort of got me kind of like a little excited in the car.
Oh,
really?
Some of this talk got you excited? I can understand that.
But anyway, back in 07 and 08, I got divorced by going to strip clubs. I was going for like kind of 2 years straight, like every weekend.
Every weekend you were in there. 07 and 08.
Did you feel like why did you feel like did you feel like it wasn't cheating? Just going to check out some. Was it full nude? First of all, if you're gonna get divorced, it better be full nude.
Well, not really, because I'm in Central, I guess, Virginia, but it wasn't full nude.
2006, 2007. Well, what pushed you over the edge? Was it Obama's presidency?
I was telling you, yes, I voted for the other white guy.
I know you did. He was like, I gotta go see some titties because this is not my country no more.
Doesn't belong to me anymore.
No, but in the back room, it got me in trouble. So, that's where, I did a lot of damage in the back rooms.
Well, did your wife find out that you were spending money in there? That's not what happened?
Yeah, she did. I threw out a credit card on the way home one night.
Oh, see, you got to be your own cash. You got to be cash business, man. You got to be all cash.
Only.
You go to strip clubs, here's what you need. You need all cash, and you need the thinnest pair of sweatpants you can find.
So many people plan that. I went to Dean Edwards' bachelor party.
So you get the full.
How many comics showed up in like those swishy pants?
Yes. So you can fill in and no underwear. So your dick can fill everything.
I don't think that would be. I don't find that would be appealing at all.
Nothing will ruin a damn lap dance like a thick pair of dungarees. You can't be wearing no dungarees in there.
Some 501s.
Your mother put out your fucking.
What did you do in the back room? How far to go in the back room, John?
All the way.
A couple times all the way.
Yeah.
You fucked.
Yes.
How much did it cost you, though?
These strip clubs. Every strip club.
$600,000.
You know what?
1,000?
Yeah, it's all dependent
on the girl. Right. So how much was the most you paid?
About 1,000.
About 1,000. Wow. That means 1,500. I know man talk, nigga.
$1,000.
Nothing to brag about, but that's how I got divorced.
But sometimes you get caught up in it. You get caught up.
Well, when you're there and if you have the cash and you're there, yeah, no, you're right. They can get you for a lot more.
There's no windows. You don't know where the exit is.
Did you ever? When we used to go to the massage places and bang those chicks, did you walk out, John, every time though, feeling like that was a fucking shit waste of money?
Not every time.
Yes, I mean, actually, yes.
At the end, he started feeling like that after
That's
2 years.
Yeah, after the 2 years of doing it.
I mean, for 3 months in, you couldn't have been feeling like that because you did another fucking 17. No, yeah.
And your wife had no fucking
clue.
She had no clue at all.
Not for the first 6 months, but after a while, when I didn't start coming home, she did.
How long were you married?
About 14 years.
Oh, well, see, you did your time in that marriage. You were just shit, and you felt like you wanted to get out and experience stuff. But you should have went to your wife and said that to her, like, hey, this is what's going on with me. I need you to be a friend of me, and let me go do this.
Right, exactly.
Would she?
But it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
You know, I will say one thing I'll always give my my ex credit for. When I got in trouble with her for fucking up big.
Yeah.
When we decided to try to work it out for a little bit, I kind of came to her with, it was the most honest I ever was. And I was like, hey, like, I don't really want to stop doing things with other people at all. Like, would you try doing some stuff with me? With other people? And she was like, yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, that's gangster.
You know, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. But still. I mean, but I always say, man, like, she certainly did, like, her part in being like, yeah, I'll try that stuff a little bit with you. Because I was like, separate the... That's what Christine's, you know, we had this conversation way earlier in our relationship than I did with my ex, but, you know, the kind of thing where it's like, I don't want to spend a fucking lifetime lying. I got with Carla so young. We had a kid so young.
Yeah.
I spent my life just lying to someone who I care very much about, but I was also at the same time like a 20-some-year-old kid into my 30s and just being like, I don't know. I never experienced this at all as like a teenager. I never had this kind of like falling on the lap situation.
Yeah, the access to it, yeah.
It just happens, and it was so naughty. You said the best question I was ever asked for or the most honest answer I ever gave to that was like, why what do you think about me when you're doing these things? Like, oh man, nothing. It's never like a, fuck you, I'm going to go do what I want to do. It was like, I want to do what I want to do. Like, please, God, I don't want to get caught. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Right.
I don't want it to change my world. I don't want to have to break up with her. I'm not looking to break up with her over this situation. I'm just like, I'm in bumfuck Pennsylvania doing a shitty show, and some girl at the end was like, hey, I'll make an hour of your night tonight getting laid. And I'm like, that's crazy. Yes,
well, we want that. Don't never underestimate the power of testosterone.
Yeah, Christine just
it's powerful, man, and it makes us want to do things.
But I was able to, with Christine much earlier in the situation, be like, hey, look, like, I want to, like, you know, I want to buy you a piano and spend Christmas with you and stuff like that. And also, I really like other pussies. Great, though.
Yeah.
You'll see. And then she saw.
He likes Tom Sawyer. You'll see.
You'll
see.
The
fucking wood raft. Pushed off.
I'm sorry that happened, John, but are you doing good now? You still going to the strip clubs? You out of that world now?
Oh, I have been to one. God, I've been out of the loop. I'm wanting to go back to one. I haven't been to one, I don't know, in about 5-6 years.
Now, here's the thing. Once you got divorced, I'm sure you probably was like this. Now I'm divorced. I can go to strip club anytime I want. Did you start going again or keep going, and then it's lost some of the appeal to you, like, soon after?
You know, actually, I started seeing this girl in her late 40s, and I started seeing her for 3 or 4 years, and I haven't been to one since.
Yeah. Really?
He just needed a switch. He
just needed a switch in the game. I'll tell you what, I also wonder, I was going to ask more if there was sort of a situation like when it wasn't like that little thing you were doing, like, to get yourself off behind her back.
Right.
If it lost any of the allure.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, where it's like, well, now I'm just paying some girl to fuck. I might as well just go to try to meet somebody. But when you're like, well, I can't go out and meet somebody and develop a relationship and have time with someone like that, but I can go drop a couple bucks and get my dick sucked or jerked off in the back of a fucking strip club. Like, that's my little thing. And that makes it exciting. But I guess when you don't have someone to go home to, there's a point of you just kind of just going like, I'm the loser spending all my money at a strip club. Like, you know what I mean? That could make you feel that way. John, thanks for the call, buddy.
Hey guys, one more question. Are you guys coming to like any close to Richmond, Virginia at all, or are you guys gonna be like any real close anytime soon?
I don't. How close is Richmond to the Funny Bone there? To the Virginia Beach Funny Bone? Or are you closer to DC?
Yeah, I mean, I got a family up there. Yeah, I'm close, yeah.
If you're close to D.C., I'll be in D.C. in April.
There you go.
There.
Yes, we got the Race Wars Tour, too, coming down that way, but we'll be in Virginia. Just look for the postings for Race Wars Podcast.
Yeah. I got to wait for your Cowboys tonight.
Oh, yeah, some boys, baby.
We them boys.
For them.
Oh, you rooting for them? Cause what? Who you need? Your team need an N?
Yeah, the Skins.
The Skins. Yeah, the Skins got a good team too. I'm scared of them. But
All right, guys, I'll let you go. Merry Christmas to you guys.
All right, take it easy, brother.
Take care, brother. I'm going to take this call because this is a buddy of mine, and he's right. He's going to call, and when I told you I've never done anything in a strip club,
right?
He's going to correct that. This is my buddy Lauren from down in West Palm. Lauren, you there, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, Jay?
What's up? Lauren and me became friends years ago. I did the West Palm Improv opening for Bobby Slayton, who was not a pleasant person to me.
It's just your luck you would be friends with a Lauren, and it's not Lauren Michaels.
Nope, this is not Lauren Michaels. Although we did drive a Hummer at one point.
All right.
Lauren's got such a wacky life. I could do a 4-hour show with Lauren. He's got two beautiful, sweet, well-adjusted, awesome daughters.
Right.
He's got a lunatic of a hot young black girlfriend.
Okay.
And Lauren's like in his like 40s and like a redheaded like 40s guy, and he's got this smoking hot black. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's a super supportive dude. And but when I met Lauren, West Palm Improv, I was opening for Bobby Slayton.
Okay.
They were asking Bobby to come to the strip club afterwards and everything, and Bobby kind of like blew it off, you know.
Yeah.
He didn't go. And me and the guy who hosted the show were like, I was kind of rolling with him.
Yeah.
He was a guy showing me around town. He was a weird guy. Big guy. Still alive, Lauren, that guy? What's his name? Joey?
I heard he moved to the Philippines.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Cause this was a guy who, when he got back, he's a giant fat guy.
Right.
But his whole house, out back of his house was like a cabana with a pool.
Okay.
And like a whole thing. His whole life was set up for parties, but he was like fat and weird looking.
Right.
But
he do well in Philippines.
But he didn't care about being, you know what I mean? So he's a guy, he would come around around hot chicks wearing like a robe with underwear and do blow and shit. Like it was always, he had coke. If you have that, like,
I do what else you want.
I never learned how to I never possessed coke in my life, but apparently if you have access to it, like hot chicks will fuck you.
Oh yeah, there's no question.
I didn't
Coke
know
is
that.
their food.
Absolutely, that's their food.
You ever see a dude fucking a really hot girl and you's like, how's this old grumpy nothing? That nigga got coke in his pocket.
That's it.
Well, flock to it, nigga.
So we went to the strip club, and Lauren was so cool. We became like we've gone to football games together. Me and Lauren hang out a bunch.
Okay.
When he comes to town, or when I go to Florida, and in 2 weeks I'll be there. He comes, he goes, we walk in the club, he goes, pick a girl. I go, what do you mean? He goes, pick a girl. I'll make
Sounds like my Vegas trips.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, pick a girl.
That happens.
So I point to a girl. I go, ooh, that one. I go, wait, maybe that one. I recognize that one from like a Bang Bus video.
Right.
Because I forget Miami's where they do all those things.
Yeah.
He's like, pick a girl. I go, and I go, that one. Or maybe that one. He goes, all right, he goes, go in and he talks to somebody. He goes, all right, go back in private room B or whatever it is. And I go back there, and a girl comes back there. She goes, so, hey, Lauren sent me back there, and she just blows me. While she's blowing me, another girl walks in, and she goes, Lauren told me to come back in here and then the girl stopped sucking my dick for a second. She goes, you can come in when I'm done. And she goes, okay, I'll come back. And then one finished up, and then she left, and the other one came in and did it again.
That's what strip clubs are to me. That's what I think.
See, I don't find it to be like that way for me at all. But Lauren's out of the game.
I got a boy. You call him. He gonna take care of you right here in the city. You ain't gotta go nowhere.
But Lauren did he came.
It's the same shit.
He came to a gig. He brought a couple girls to a gig.
So you had sex in a club before?
Blowjobs, yeah.
Yeah, that counts. Bill Clinton.
Absolutely. Oh, is that sex now to you?
Yeah, and to America, Bill Clinton almost got in.
Lauren, though, I'll tell you what, my 14-year-old daughter ship that I have, my having a 14-year-old daughter.
Right.
And whatever comes into play at I will do some pretty freaky, wild sex shit. Right. I really will. I'll be involved in some odd stuff. But Lauren came to my gig in Miami maybe a year ago, a couple months back.
Yeah.
And brought two girls, and he was like, "These girls are like ready to party." And it's like, on the house, thanks for hooking us up, and they're not looking for anything. He's like, they just want to hook up. And
Lauren, make sure you got my information before you go.
Lauren's great.
Huh?
And I brought the girls came into my hotel room, and I smoked them up, and we're just kind of like, let's go back. Then the girls got confused. They went to Lauren almost with like hey, should we have done something? What was wrong? And Lauren's like, yeah, they're cool. They're good to go. I'm like, yeah. I go, actually, well, let's give them a night off, huh? We'll give them a night off tonight.
Yeah, I can see
it. It was a weird situation, I guess.
Hey, no, Lauren, it wasn't a weird situation. I'm telling you, Lauren, 10 years ago, 5-6 years ago, I would have just been like, yeah, buddy.
Deep in it, yeah.
I don't know what it was. I couldn't even explain to you what it was. They were both hot. They were both hot.
But they could just still be fucking exhausting.
I swear to you, I do feel, and maybe I'm wrong about this, I feel like I could have explained that to Christine that she'd have been like, oh, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I can see when you can say that. Because sometimes you're just not in it. You're not in the mood for it, or it's just like... Yeah,
I don't know. I couldn't even
It's
tell.
like your hunger is not the same when you was a 21-year-old boy starving for it. It's like, it's not the same hunger.
I think over the last couple of years, you've just kind of experienced more like hot chicks wanting to fuck you.
Yeah.
And
like,
so
really
the idea of just like a hot chick that's like fucking you because
Scheduled
of something else.
Right.
Like not because of you at all. I think that's affecting you.
I don't think they were like turned off to doing it.
Not that.
No, but they were doing it because somebody else was like, here, do this, not because they wanted to blow you.
Right. No, I think, but I think they weren't like. Go ahead, Lauren. Go ahead.
They were very much into you, Jay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't have the feeling they were kind of like.
They had a great time that night.
Yeah, they were cool. They were cool. I was texting with one like shortly after, say, when we come back down and to the area, but yeah, bring him out again. Christine's coming with me in a couple weeks.
There you go. He'll back on his A game.
You know, the West Palm Improv, I live about 200 yards away from it.
Oh, fantastic. Well, can you bring 700 people with you?
By the way, none of these were Lauren's story at all. It's a story you don't know.
None of these were what?
None of these were Lauren's story at all. It's a story you don't know.
What do you mean?
The story called to talk about.
Oh, really?
I actually, on hold, I have actually two stories. I don't know which one you want to hear. One of them is kind of graphic about when I used to also escort drive for just a few weeks. That one's very graphic.
What happened?
I was in Vegas. Okay.
Yeah, you can't say it's very graphic than not say it.
I got to hear the graphicness.
It is. It's graphic. So
it might be
I was
shit.
going through divorce, whatever. I didn't know what I was going to do, so I wound up getting a job as a driver for an escort service. I was really fucked up and lost, and
I like how was this. By the way, can I ask a question? Was this before Uber? Like that was a choice for white dudes to drive escorts? Because I never even considered that. I know you did it, and now he said he did it. It's like I never even thought that would be the Uber of its day.
Someone's got to take the girl. Well, no, you actually work for the company.
Who's the
as
company?
A driver? Like in Philly, I did like Dream Girls. It was called or something.
Okay.
That's the same company I work for, Dream Girls. I swear.
There's always a Dream Girls, Lauren.
It's always a Dream Girls. So, anyways, they told me, all right, we have our girls. As soon as we hire new girls, we'll call you. So, like, a couple of days go by, they hired some new girls. They called me. They gave me the addresses to go pick them up. One of them was this Egyptian girl. And she was about 30 pounds overweight, but she was really pretty.
Okay, I'll still give it to her.
Yeah, and the other one was like this white trashy-looking girl.
She's in.
right out of the trailer park or something. So
lot lizard.
I took them on their first run, and I remember the Egyptian girl just got her nipples pierced, and so their first experience. This isn't the gross part, but their first experience, I remember waiting outside for about an hour. They came down. The Egyptian girl was just flat out crying because she had to be with like a 90-year-old guy, and the guy kept tugging on her nipple rings, and she just had them pierced and started to bleed a little, and she was crying really just about, she had to blow a 90-year-old guy. That was the thing she was really upset about the most. But that kind of went off without a hitch, and then a couple of...
That's not a hitch.
You're going to give out a fucking Anna Nicole Smith blowjob. Oh, man.
She didn't have to.
Touche.
So at that time, I had a Grand Marquis, cloth seats and everything. One was big, gray,
classy.
And so I pick up, the Egyptian girl quit. So I picked up this, a white trash girl, we'll call her. And then I picked up this other girl from this other agency. And as soon as she gets in the car, she starts telling me about how her boss has her spat over his face and shit all over his face. Which was kind of first time I ever heard anything about that.
But if you can do it to anybody, your boss is the perfect person.
Yeah, glass bottom boat.
Anybody can
do it. Right? The boss. So we had to drive that girl to Miami. All three of us went. And after an hour, I got a call saying that, all right, leave her, take this other girl down to Pompano, which is like an hour drive, and drop her off, the white trash girl. So we're getting off at the Pompano exit, and all of a sudden the girl says, oh, my God, your seat's all wet. I said, what do you mean my seat's all wet? Did you piss on my seat? And she says, no, I swear. It was kind of like when I was pregnant and my water broke. And I said, are you pregnant? And she didn't look pregnant. She said, no, I swear. So I pulled into like a Wendy's, and I told her to please clean it up. And so she cleaned it up. I dropped her off. And I'm driving back to Miami to pick up the other girl, and the other driver calls me and said, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened." So he had dropped off this Spanish girl that was really, really pretty. And this one guy was with the white trash girl. He started doing her, and he was hitting her from behind, and she started bleeding, I guess, getting her period. So they both hopped in the shower.
What? Oh! What the fuck?
No.
Thought we lost you, Lord.
Just about to get... Wait. She came out wearing a sundress, no panties, in front of all three of them, and a fetus dropped right out of her.
Oh!
Like a baby arm. Yeah, she was like 4 or 5 months pregnant. And so a little baby arm came out, and I'm not sure exactly what part of the baby came out. They said there was an arm. And so the people who ordered the girls called the driver up and said, "Get these girls," they're kind of rude, "Get these girls out of here. What's wrong with them?" And they said what happened. He's like, "No, what are you, crazy? Call 911. Are you fucking out of your mind?" And so they called 911, took care of it. That situation just...
That had to be at least half off.
Had to be. Holy shit.
So I kind of got out of that night. I couldn't deal with it.
The baby was clearly dead, though, because it was just in pieces.
Clearly dead.
Lord have mercy.
That is fucking... Oh, my God. One thing you expect when you bang a hooker is that she's not going to fucking fart out a kid.
I hope not.
Right?
Because I'm going to fuck that kid.
Yeah. I'm getting double my money. That's still a threesome, technically, right? Is that still a threesome, technically? Lauren, what a heinous story. That's great.
Wow.
I mean, it's a great story, but that was it. That was the only time you drove. Yeah, I stopped driving. I did it like so sporadically here and there, but it was so dangerous and weird. Never had a pregnant girl, but definitely I said what I always found interesting is those girls don't give a shit. They are afraid of nothing.
Yeah, they are the bravest motherfuckers on the planet.
They want their money, and they don't give a fuck. If you go, this isn't a good situation, we shouldn't go to this house. We shouldn't go in this house. We shouldn't go in this hotel. We shouldn't. This situation's bad. I'm talking to these guys. I talk to these guys on the phone. I can tell on the phone this is not a party we should go to. And they're like, we got to make that money, man. Fuck that. Let's go. I got to make, I got bills to pay. And you're like, I'm telling you, if something goes bad here, I'm not going to be able to get us out.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Fuck them. And then when they go there, it's not like they're like sweet and everything's like, even if the guys are getting rough or doing some weird shit where the girls are kind of like, come on now, let's not get crazy. They're so quick. The guy goes, don't just grab my titty, motherfucker. And you're like, oh, God, stop yelling at these guys, please. You're terrifying me. Lauren, I love you, buddy. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. See you then. Can't wait.
Take care, dude.
Godspeed.
We'll take another break. I mean, who's going to beat that fucking story? We need a break after that.
Baby
fetus falls out.
Oh, man, I would have to really speak to a manager at Backpage.
Thank God she wasn't wearing panties. The kid had come out wearing panties on his head. That would have been funny and sad. Oh.
Panties would look like a bandana on a dead baby's head. Oh, Zika baby was born with a bandana.
Is your baby? Were you wearing yellow panties? Is your fetus in the Latin Kings? Sherrod Small and Big Oakerson. We'll be right back. Yeah, we need to go fucking shake that off. It's the Bonfire.
And now back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, I'm the cult of personality.
I'm the cult of, 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 I'm the cult of personality.
That's not what your country can do for you. The only thing we have to fear. Yeah! We love those echo effects. It is the Bonfire. We are back. Big J. Oakerson, Sherrod Small. And make sure you check out Sherrod Small's podcast, Race Wars, from Stand Up Labs. Available on iTunes and at patreon.com/Race Wars. That's Sherrod and Kurt Metzger. It is growing exponentially fast, and it's such a great fucking show.
Thank
you,
is. Jason.
In the world of podcasts, it is elite for sure, man.
Thanks.
Two brilliant minds coming together for An amazing fucking show. I've done it a few times.
You're a good man, Jay.
You're a great man, Sherrod. Also, don't forget our Dan Soder. Don't forget about Vanilla Dan. Vanilla Dan's going to be at Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia on Thursday, December 29th through New Year's Eve, Saturday, December 31st. Philadelphia, come on, hometown. Show Dan how much you love him. We need the campers to come out for that one. And after that, you can catch him headlining Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, Friday, January 6th and Saturday, January 7th. Go to dansoder.com for tickets. And also, if you're going to check me out, I'm out west. I'm gone.
Where you going?
We leave Thursday. Thursday through New Year's Eve, I'm going to be at American Comedy Company in San Diego, California.
Bon.
I'll be in L.A. the week between that. The next weekend, San Francisco, Punchline. That is the 5th through the 7th, I believe, right? Yeah. 5th through the 7th of January. Then going back to L.A., we'll be doing bonfires the whole time. And then down the next weekend to Florida for the Hollywood Improv on Thursday, West Palm Improv Friday and Saturday.
Booyaka.
That is the 12th, 13th, and 14th. Make sure you check that out right before we go on to Shiprocked Cruise, where it's Seven Dust, that first band, Sherrod.
Seven Dust, yes.
They will be on Shiprocked.
I like those guys.
What, Seven Dust?
Seven Dust are a good band.
Yeah,
man.
Really awesome band. I would love to play a video of them if anything worked here. We got it now?
Yeah, I fixed it.
What'd you do, Lou?
Pressed a couple buttons, worked it out.
Did you get your dick sucked under the
console?
The console? Thank you. Console is the word I was looking for.
Well,
we got so many.
I can't get to it now because Christine's answering the phone.
I know. She stopped giving a shit about this show years ago.
There she go.
Oh, is this piano, Christine?
Yes.
Oh, the Christine drops.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this Poughkeepsie date on the 28th, I mean.
What do you got?
Some Poughkeepsie on the 28th.
That's not a good plug.
Yeah. This is going to be a great show. No, I'm coming with all my friends.
Yeah?
No, I'm coming with all the jokes, huh?
Oh.
On January 28th in Poughkeepsie. What club is that in?
January 28th?
Yeah.
Poughkeepsie, is it called, I want to say All the Way Up, but that's the name of a song by Fat Joe.
No.
All the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Well, that's what's the name song, ain't it?
DJ Khaled?
No.
I don't know.
What's her name? It's a girl. And
Remy Ma?
Remy and her man.
Shit. They did this
French Montana.
No. All the way up. It's a good beat.
It's great. I mean, it's so catchy. It's probably one of the songs of the year, ain't it?
Maybe it's going to be our next year's song, Lou.
I mean, this is the catchy one right here.
All the shout at what you want, shout at what you need.
What's your name? I gotta find it.
We're not taking the call yet, but I know that we have a call that's coming in. Christine's waiting to figure out what to type in. Just someone from Arkansas means it's going to be something.
I mean, but it's the end of the year, Jay. I mean, how was 2016 for you? Let's talk about that, son of a bitch.
2016 was it was a good year. It was okay. Special.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You did your show on
A&E.
A&E.
Yeah.
A&E's catching heat right now.
Oh, but the
Leah Remini thing.
Oh no, so they got another show that's even better.
What's that?
We're bringing heat on them.
Oh, the KKK thing?
Yes.
That's not out yet, though.
But it's coming.
Oh, I can't wait for
I'm on episode 3.
How? Because you're in the family.
Because, free speech is
you're in episode 3.
Yeah, they chase me.
I think that I'm like you're watching it. I'm in it. I'm in episode 3.
I'm up to episode 3 on Netflix now.
Yeah, I mend the hoods. Like I sew them together.
like an AIDS blanket. No, I'm curious to see that show, though.
That's going to be a great show, I think.
I know Duck Dynasty got canceled.
What?
Yeah. They
took my beard.
Well, this is their last season. They're taping the last season now.
I never watched that show ever.
I mean, well.
Did you like it?
I mean, they had their moments. I liked it.
Duck Whistle Family?
Yeah, I liked it. I like Willie. Willie's a good dude.
The Following the Family shows I've never got into. That Leah Remini thing is pretty bonkers.
Oh, with the Scientology? I mean, yeah. She's getting it out there.
Oh, boy. What they do is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, following people around and taping shit. And
no sexual abuse, though. That's one of the few churchy things that there's not a sexual abuse thing going on.
Well,
but it's like
give it time.
Sleep deprivation.
Give it time.
Physical beatings.
Give it time.
You think?
I mean, if adults find it hard to talk, imagine what a kid who wants to talk about Scientology finds it like.
That's
a kid who wants to go public with Scientology, good luck with that, nigga.
A crazy person gets in charge. We just watched yesterday. We were setting up Christmas. I watched Welcome to Death Row, that documentary.
Oh yeah, about Michelle.
Just like the whole thing with just Suge Knight.
Oh, surviving Death Row.
No, is that another documentary?
Yeah, that's the one about Miss Chalet.
No, I want to watch that. This is called
Miss Chalet.
This is Miss Chalet, yeah.
So was they in? She got beat up, I guess, by 4 people in that organization. She used to date Dr. Dre, and he had to went through a whole thing with him.
She was oh no, I was like, wasn't she with Ice Cube? But that's Yo-Yo. You can't play with my yo.
Oh, yeah.
Don't try to play me out. Is that in the system here, Lou?
Yo-Yo's a sexy little thickums.
Can't play. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
like
she's a sexy fucking semi-truck.
I bought the bootleg cassette outside on Girard Ave in Philly, outside of the zoo.
Oh, the bootleg.
I bought the Yo-Yo.
When she first dropped.
Can't play with my yo-yo.
I was like, I like this West Coast Queen Latifah.
Oh, she had that gap in the teeth.
That gap and those thick-ass fucking big spandex.
Yeah.
Her booty looked like every neighborhood crammed into one pair of spandex.
Can't play with my yo-yo.
Man, we gotta find somebody that's down for hers, man. All these girls sipping, man.
Laugh It Up Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie.
And it's also the 28th, not the 18th.
He said 28th.
Oh, you did?
He said 28th.
I said 28th.
Oh,
I heard wrong.
White girl loves to correct me.
28th, baby. I'm gonna tear the roof off that motherfucker.
Bring in your friends, your jokes.
It's gonna be good. I can't wait to lay into that fucking. I can't wait.
Dude, welcome to Death Row.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Suge Knight. Jesus Christ. It's so funny. The old school gangster guys.
Yeah.
Really don't fucking they really like. The thing that brings all that shit down is a guy who wants to be the very thing Suge Knight shit on when Suge Knight came out at the Vibe Awards.
Yeah,
remember that? And he goes, "Hey, anybody
in a video,
anybody who wants to be in a video and not have their producer all up in the video, all on the things, come to Death Row."
Yeah,
but he did the same exact.
What about
thing.
You out that I was there at that award show?
Were you
there?
No shit.
There.
How bad were you booing the West Coast guys?
No. I love Snoop.
But everybody did.
I never got caught up in it. I was just on the side looking at it like, look at these monkeys.
No, but I think it was the thing.
Look at these old jury-wearing monkeys.
Yeah,
I was like, what's his name from Soldier and the Gentleman?
Officer and Gentleman.
No, not Officer and Gentleman. What's the one with my boy, fucking Caesar, Adolf Caesar?
Oh, shit. Was it a war movie?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Not Full Metal Jacket, right?
No, it was the one with what's his name for him in the Heat of the Night.
In Heat of the Night,
he was the main, and then Caesar Adolf Caesar should have won a fucking Oscar for. But it was
Look it up, Christine.
I am.
Adolf. When the last time you heard a black man named Adolf?
It's been a while.
One of the best actors of all time. They'll probably never get respect, but yeah.
Christine is whenever Christine looks up stuff. Now we just play the piano.
She won't stop playing her new Christmas
piano. There he is.
piano.
Here's his picture.
What movie was he? Let's see. Go through his movies.
The Soldier. Yeah, it should be one of the
Soldier Story.
Soldier Story.
That's what it is. Yeah, Soldier Story.
You monkeys. He had the greatest voice.
You monkey.
He can lay into some motherfucking ass.
Yeah, no doubt. Fucking you were at those awards. That's so crazy. Yeah. No, I think the crowd didn't understand when Snoop Dogg went up there and he was saying like,
y'all don't have love for the West Coast?
I thought he was saying
you don't got love for Snoop Dogg?
I think he was saying crazy. It's like I thought we all this album was selling everywhere.
Yeah, Snoop was like, then show it then. Just show you got love for us. But yeah, we got love for you. But
let it be known.
But fucking Suge Knight came out 5 minutes before you.
Shit on Puffy.
And shit on New York. Try to shit on the East Coast. That's how we took it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Puff and Bad Boy and all that was bringing the East Coast back.
Yeah, because West Coast did take it over.
The West Coast had a big run with the
movies,
the Straight Outta Compton shit,
but also
which was great. I love that.
But also between Boys in the Hood and then
Boys in the Hood,
Society, it was all that the black culture movies were coming out of that.
And you know what brought back
Juice?
Yeah, we had Juice. You know what brought back East Coast rap? Tell you the truth, is Bad Boy and the Wu.
Oh yeah, Wu-Tang.
Motherfuckers don't sleep on the Wu-Tang.
I think it's
bringing the East Coast back like a son of a bitch.
I think Wu-Tang's greatest rap group of all time.
They up there. Run DMC is a group by now. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but yeah.
Run DMC's great, but
nobody's better.
But some of their music's dated at this point. I don't think Wu-Tang's
nobody's better.
Dated.
No, what? You go, nigga. No, Rockbox is dated.
I love it.
No, Run DMC's the greatest.
No, but it's the sound of the rap of an era.
I get it.
Where I think Wu-Tang,
but even Wu would give it to Run.
I'm sure.
Because it's like they built on that.
You pay the homage. I don't know if me and you've ever had this conversation, but I've had it so many times with people before. It's like the same argument. And I think you'll agree with this. Like Richard Pryor built something that could be built upon, and he was like a pioneer for doing that and a genius for doing that.
Yeah.
But there's been funnier comics since.
Oh, yeah.
Several.
Yes, definitely.
Many. Like Dave Chappelle's a better comic.
But all these comics will give homage to where they got it from.
As you should.
If you didn't have that Richard Pryor influx in your life, you wouldn't be the comic you are.
100% true.
You wouldn't be the better comic than him that you are if you are better.
Right. But I'm saying if a Run DMC style song came out today, you'd be like, what is this exactly?
Right, because that's a different, but some people are rocking. Some niggas still can run.
I still rock it.
A Run DMC beat right now. Like, throw Jay-Z on that motherfucker.
Yeah,
and see what he does with it.
Oh, the beat. So
it really
the
comes
beats
down
are
to the
timeless,
rapper.
yeah.
It comes down to the rappers. Like you can wear old school, a throwback jersey or old fucking Adidas or what, and look right in it. It's like some people can do it, some people can't.
Absolutely.
But if you're the right lyrical artist, you can make any beat a new beat.
This is is this Kerry King from Slayer?
Never ever tell no lies. It's no curls, no braids, peasy hands, still get paid. that's still the same shit.
Whose guitar on this? It's
what's his name?
Maybe Eddie Van Halen?
Arthur? No, it's the black dude. It's the black dude. I think his name is Arthur something. Light-skinned black dude. He just died actually not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah. He's in the video. He's in the Run DMC video.
Eddie Van Halen does Beat It.
Eddie Martinez, who worked with Blondie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He does rock box
He passed
guitar?
away recently. Yeah, he did the...
Yeah.
What is Kerry King is Fight for Your Right to Party?
What's his name? Rick Rubin used him a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was fucking great.
No.
One of the greatest, probably the greatest guitarists that people don't fucking know about.
But in that, like, Puffy was like, he really was like a straight up like business dude, and like Suge Knight was a fucking animal.
Yeah, Suge Knight was an animal, and he used muscle, but he still was a smart dude to see opportunity and take advantage of it.
Well, they said like sometimes like genius smarts is like just left of like an insane person.
Oh yes.
But what I thought was interesting was, so if you watch documentary, anything Biggie and Tupac's great documentary, but this is called Welcome to Death Row. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a great.
Did they talk about the brothers he made suck dicks?
Not in that one, but I've heard that before. But but a lot of like he basically held his own Mandingo fights though.
Yeah.
There was a girl, staff photographer in it who
he was like Leonardo and Django.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
There's a girl who was a staff photographer there. She doesn't even know what she did wrong. One day she came in the studio and he just had girls beat the shit out of her, and they have pictures of her like all fucked up, like eyes busted, nose broken.
That's what was happening in the Death Row offices.
But and he said on the 12th floor of a Hollywood office building.
Yeah.
But he was a maniac. But what's interesting is like the guy, Michael Harris, they call him Harrio.
Mm-hmm.
He was like some of the initial money behind, with drug money,
right,
behind getting Death Row started.
Right.
He's in jail. But like an OG guy like that,
yeah. I did see some of that. You know what? I did see clips of that. I don't know where the fuck I saw that though.
It's on YouTube, the whole documentary.
Okay.
But this OG, like the OG guy like that, they're so interesting because they don't give a fuck about fame.
No.
They want money. They'd rather lay low. And he said he told Suge Knight from the beginning, he's like, get off magazine covers.
It's like the same thing you complain about Puffy doing.
All you're doing is giving people reason to look in. Now, yeah, but Puffy's shit was straight legit.
Yes, because Puffy's shit was legit and he wasn't.
Puffy was a protege of another
from Andre Harrell. He came from Uptown Records.
So he came up like through
Howard University,
through legit ranks,
right?
Business ranks. And Suge was like a bodyguard who probably dealt in drugs, and he knew these like kind of shady characters. But even the shady characters in jail was just like, he even said, he goes, if this dude wanted to part ways with me in business, I don't have a problem with that. He goes, pay me for my time and recoup my money that I put into this company. And pay me for what my value would be now.
Right.
He's like, I don't have a problem with that. He's like, I'm business. But I don't know. He goes, this guy's wearing fucking gang colors on the cover of things.
And what do you think is going to happen?
I said, man, that's
when people, they separate themselves from reality. I said the same thing about, this might be off topic a little, but it's the same topic. Teresa Giudice and the Real Housewives motherfuckers, when they was on TV paying for everything with $100 bills.
Yeah.
I was like, you going to jail.
Yeah.
Way before they went to jail, I was like, nigga, you going to jail. Look, Bill Gates is a fucking billionaire. You ever saw Bill Gates with money in his hand on TV?
Pull out a knot.
You ever saw Oprah Winfrey? She gave out a whole bunch of shit. You ever saw her holding money on television?
No.
Because they will send your ass to jail.
Yeah.
Because everybody's wife is home like, why don't I have this?
Yeah.
And Teresa and them doing that shit, and she gives knots like it's fucking Goodfellas. It was only a couple of years before. Now her husband's in jail now, and she just got out.
It all falls apart.
You can't do that on TV.
For it. You're asking for
them to come put. Yes, you never never hold money on TV, nigga.
But
ever.
Back on subject.
What are you, nuts?
But it's again like there's such a thing like that. Even with that, like machismo, like culture was going on there. When you hear those guys talk about it, the artists,
yeah,
they're like, Suge Knight, like RBX. Remember him from like the Chronic album? He was in the background.
Barely, yeah.
The motherfucker, RBX.
What about him?
He says, he's like, if you got in there and you're 5 minutes late, smack you to the floor.
Yeah.
If you got in too early and you interrupted him, smack you to the floor. Like, I said, Suge Knight just like bullied people around.
He thought he was Red from 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah.
Because that's how he hung fucking Vanilla Ice out the window and took his fucking, points.
But
hung him by his ankles.
But what's really hilarious is, and Dave Smith was talking about this yesterday, when we were discussing it, was like, every one of those things they would do,
right? Even
like I said, they went there notoriously and they beat the shit out of Eazy-E to get Dre out of his contract. Yeah. But that's not how it works. Because then Eazy-E goes to...
He signed it, sued him, and got the money
Eazy-E goes to the cops and then goes like, hey, I signed this, but like, here, look at my arm. I'm beating the shit with baseball bats. He's like, I signed up for that. So, and then they end up settling.
Yeah, they settled, but they paid a lot of money. And
they pay a lot of money. So it's like, what's the beating with the baseball bats to do what?
That's just nigga shit. And I ain't saying black people shit, that's nigga shit. Because here's how you know it wasn't really about the money and all that. Because why didn't you beat up Eazy-E's white partner?
Yeah.
He's involved too?
Yeah, Harrell.
So why wouldn't you beat him up?
Jerry.
Fucking.
I'm trying to blank now.
I forget his name.
Because we just said Andre Harrell. It's like close to that.
Jerry Heller.
Jerry Heller, yeah.
Yeah, so why didn't you go beat up Jerry Heller? Because you ain't going to bring that street shit. But this is how dumb they are. You don't want to bring that street shit to white people because they'll bring that white justice down on you. But you doing the same thing by doing it to Eazy-E because he's in ties with the same dude you rob. You robbing both of them.
But that's why I said that machismo is way in the... By the way, I still say, probably too much so, I'm still a big believer in, like, handle it right there. I hope I'm never in a fist fight in my life.
Right.
But I'll be in a fist fight in my life again if it comes down to that moment.
Oh yeah, you don't want to have shit lingering.
I don't want it. No, I'm saying I hope I'm never in another fist fight the rest of my life.
Right.
But there's situations in my life where I'm kind of like this. I hope I have to punch this guy, or I have to defend myself, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or, this guy needs to get punched.
Or step to. Sometimes niggas just need to get stepped to.
That's very true.
And before any punches are thrown, you just got to show him, listen, this is what you're dealing with.
Don't fuck with me. Yeah, I stand by that completely. However, when the people go back and forth like shitting on each other, the ones we were laughing at yesterday was that Ja Rule and 50 Cent. Both of them in those beef documentaries were like, oh, we got the police reports from Ja Rule getting an order of protection from 50 Cent, and it's like 50 Cent got an order of protection against 8 people in Ja Rule's crew, and it's like, you guys are all shooting each other in the streets. Yeah. Like, of course, yes, you're supposed to go get an order of protection.
And plus, it's smart just in case somebody trying to come step to you and you go to the cops and say, hey, I got an order of protection on him 4 months ago, so I shot him. So you could really be the aggressor and still going out the order of protection. Just so in a legal point, you look like you in fear.
Yeah.
And now he came to your door and you shot him.
But whatever the reasons, like, they seem it's crazy. Like, it's like, oh, you go to the cops. He goes, I can't look over my shoulder 24 hours a day, and you're saying you're going to come kill me, and you know where I'm at. You know where my studio is. It's like, it's crazy.
You see the rapper just got shot this weekend. Troy Ave.
Why don't you just take that? Why don't you just take that? It's like just live in the streets knowing that someone's looking to kill me. That's crazy.
It's dumb mentality. It's Arrested Development. That's what it is. It's dumb.
But it's funny because they start. That's what's interesting about, like, so Tupac comes into play in the Welcome to Death Row documentary. Yeah. And it's the same thing, man. Like, what a smart guy. You forget he's 26 because he was so kind of smart.
He was 26 when he died.
Yeah. So smart, so deep, so interesting, well-spoken, well-read, smart guy. And then by the end, every time they put a camera on him, he was like, this is how we do it in the West Side, bitch. Step up and get your fucking cat peeled back, motherfucker. And you're like, every time. He stopped being like the guy he was.
He was around. He absorbed that nonsense.
And everything's like fanning out a bunch of fucking money and all this shit. And you're like,
and plus he was playing up to Suge. Because people forget that when Tupac was in jail, motherfuckers could have bailed him out. Yeah. He didn't have to sit in there for that trial. He didn't have to sit there. And all these rich motherfuckers who said his friends of Tupac left his ass in there, and Suge came and got him out. And he felt fucking indentured to Suge.
But that said, like, there's no way Tupac acted like that when he's kicking it for 6 months with Jim Belushi shooting a fucking movie.
No. Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. You play that shit up. It's so bizarre.
It's bizarre. But people do that. That's just a human nature. Even when you see motherfuckers suffering, I don't know, in the Middle East, you can tell the people fake crying to the cameras and who's really crying. You see, like, little kids like that, Little kids. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Little kid, what is this, theater? What 7-year-old cries like that? You doing what you see adults do when the cameras come out.
Yeah.
It's annoying as shit to see a little kid like, I don't know. It's like, what are you, a fucking 80-year-old Italian man?
It's so confusing.
It's so
we're going to take our last break here. We'll come back and wrap this bitch up. Sherrod Small, Big J Oakerson.
Yes.
That is the Bonfire.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Yes. All black rock. On the Bonfire. Big J Oakerson, Sherrod Small sitting in for Danny Soder.
Yeah.
Make sure you check Sherrod out January 28th, Poughkeepsie at the Laugh It Up. Is that what it's called? Laugh It Up Club?
Yes.
In Poughkeepsie.
That's right. It's going to be off the chain. Get your tickets now. Tickets going fast.
Sherrod's a beast. I've known Sherrod now for goddamn 16 years.
Yeah, has it?
Easy.
Yeah, time flies, man.
It's fucking nuts.
That's nuts.
Isn't that crazy? I was 22.
Right.
Celebrated my 23rd birthday at the Cellar.
Oh, really?
You and Tony and Kevin Hart kept feeding me different kind of booze.
Yeah.
And then getting different kinds of like cakes and food. Just making me eat it.
Yes.
And then I just passed out, and they just stuffed me in the back of my Saturn. And Keith Robinson and Kevin Hart drove back to Philly. And I had to sleep at Kev's house because I just couldn't. Once we got to Kev's, I couldn't drive. I was just out of it. I never drank shots before. My first shot ever was 151. Kevin Hart. He goes, "Get him one shot at 151," and I was like, "Okay." And the bartender at the time, I don't remember who, a million years ago.
Yeah.
He was like, "You want a chaser with that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." And then Kev was like, "No, he doesn't need a chaser. He's good." And then the guy just poured like a Coke or whatever anyway.
Yeah.
And gave me, and Kev goes, "You don't need that shit. It's fine. It goes down smooth." It's like, it's a clear liquor. I did the shot, and it did go down smooth. And then like fire crawled back up, and I remember just like a tear falling out of my eye.
That's the liquor you use when you want to set drinks on fire.
Because there's so much alcohol in it.
Yeah, that's a flaming liquor.
And then when you mix in all those shots with fucking cakes and pastries, nigga, it's like plaster of Paris in your gut.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Yeah, and then then Attell walks in, like Jaeger shot with Attell.
Yes.
And then Tony's like, "Give me something else," and Sherrod's like, "Oh, come on, you gotta do one with me now." It's like a whiskey, and I hate whiskey.
Yes, that's when I was on a brown liquor.
And they're just doing all of it.
Yeah.
All of it, and it just like went so bad so fast. But I did get out of driving that night. I was at the drive.
Oh yeah, that's right. You drove
because I never had money. Kev had a little bit of money because he was doing some shows and getting some colleges here and there and stuff. And I had no money, and I had the car though.
Right.
So I would drive up and back, and they would pay gas tolls and food.
The food was more than gas and tolls. I'm guessing that.
No, what was funny was when Kev would go remember when the late spots were food spots?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And we would be able to get and plus we just got to know.
Right.
Keith indoctrinated us well into the Cellar early, so before we even worked there, we just knew everyone. It was cool. We knew the staff.
That's true.
I've never felt more support when trying to pass a club than when I went up that first time.
They were pulling for you.
15 fucking comics and the entire staff. This is great. It's going to be so great.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling.
It is a great feeling. There's a lot of love down there.
It's so changed, man. I tell you, the Comedy Store, that's the new Cellar for the Hang.
Comedy Store?
Comedy Store in LA.
Oh, in LA, it's the new Cellar for the Hang. Yeah, Comedy Store's a good hang. It's a good hang.
Great hang. It's just
a great hang.
It's just set up for a good hang. It's the Cellar is still the club of clubs.
It's still good. I think the Underground might be a better hang now than
Underground's a good hang because
there's more room.
Upstairs is also like a whole fucking bar area.
And you got shit that's, it's like a younger crowd.
As far as a place where everyone just go, comics really come to gather.
Yeah.
Comedy Store in LA, they're doing that now. They got 3 bars in there. They got the out back, the out front, and the weather's always nice. So out back or out front.
I think the store's always been kind of that anyway. Definitely late night in LA. I always end up at the store.
Now I heard it died though for several years. It was not that great.
Yeah,
for a long time they said it was kind of like busted up, and then just different bookers. The guy who's booking it now is great, Adam.
Okay,
great dude, and the club's a lot of fun. The Stand is a good hang.
Stand's a great hang. It's a good hang. Got the back area where you can blaze it up and not be bothered.
It just kind of it really did kind of die with Patrice and Geraldo, the hang at the Cellar.
Well, it's a different hang now. Because this is how I explain the Cellar, Comedy Cellar.
Those guys were there. They were there for 15 years.
There's 2 kind of comedians at the Comedy Cellar. Those who know Manny and those who don't.
Sure.
And that's it. And the ones who had the better hang was the ones who knew Manny.
Of course.
Because we came out of that Manny hang.
Yeah.
Like, remember back in the day, Noam never was at the cellar. He would never come around.
I didn't know Noam.
Yeah, I knew him, but he would never come around there. He would go to the wall.
He played his music,
He kept his shit separate. But once his pops died and all that, then he came in and he did a great job, like taking over and doing what he did with it.
Oh, the fucking business of the Comedy Cellar is through the roof.
Yeah,
I think it's so great.
The stage used to be different though, because right now it just seems like it's more about the next show instead of about the show.
Absolutely.
So that's why there's a different feel when you're on stage, because you feel like you just got to get off for the next show.
It's a business. Yeah, there's a business happening now.
Before it was more of a hang, and you get on stage and you fucking shit around and get shit.
Sure, have fun. Yeah,
and some nights are more like that, but most nights are not that.
It also used to run till 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
every weeknights.
Yeah. And that was a different hang. We had fun. They
dialed back the time twice in my time there for how late the shows would go.
Yeah, but that's after Manny died. That's the staff. The staff took over that.
There was an on paper 12:30 show every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they dialed it back to now it's 11:30.
Yeah. Earliest the shows used to stop during the week was 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, and everything and every spot after midnight you were paid in food.
Yeah, usually.
Food spot.
Yeah.
And then that changed. Eventually, that changed.
That changed, but still, after that change, the show still went to that time. But then,
Cellar still treats its comics good, though.
Oh yeah, no question. Out of all the clubs, they trim the best, probably. Okay.
Anytime there's any kind of like a pay question, like.
But they also make the most money too.
Of course.
I guess. So I don't know what Caroline's making. I'm sure they're making a lot of money.
They're the first ones to bump up, though. Whenever there's kind of a pay, like not dispute, but anytime someone's like, hey, should people start getting paid more for spots now because of inflation?
But here's what people don't.
Sure, here's a little more.
Let me drop a little history of the Comedy Cellar for you. Before, when the Cellar was just the only club downtown and people only played uptown clubs, they used to give you your pay and $20 for cab.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Oh, yes. So this was back when they didn't make money. So if you know the history of it, you know, they give him more, but they really used to give more and more back before they could, because they wanted comics to come down there from the Strip and from Catch a Rising Star, from all the uptown clubs,
and then they present like the actual availability of a hang, a restaurant,
and then a hang with after hours. So they used to give you cab money and give you your money.
That's great.
And that was before then they went to food spots and all that when it got hot, and then we came in on food spot shit. But yeah, before food spots, it was $20 for travel.
LA still does checks.
So yeah, everybody can afford to pay more as a club, but the Cellar's always leading the pack.
They are. Do you know in LA they pay the clubs the spots in checks?
Yeah, that's
2 weeks
annoying.
later.
It's annoying as shit. It's like
I've never gotten money from a spot in LA.
No,
ever,
never. I mean, you mean not even they send you the check?
Nope. I've never got. They always go. It'll be here when you get back, or I'm like, I don't know, whatever. It's like $30.
It's all going to Middle Village somewhere.
It's a hustle. It's like, why are you paying comics? First of all,
Ari Shaffir explained to me about that. He's like, well, then no one's doing spots in LA for the money. I go, that's kind of a bummer thing, because I'll tell you what.
Sure they are.
While I was waiting for,
sure they are.
While I was waiting for like a door or a window to open for me to kind of have some like financial success a little bit, just get like where I wasn't like freaking out every month.
Yeah.
While I was waiting for that, I was able to go do. You did it with me. 7 spots a night.
Yes.
On the weekend.
Yes.
And make a little over $1,000, $800 to like $1,200, depending on what clubs it was.
Yeah.
In a weekend, like hustling around here. Now, was the quality of the fun of comedy good there? No, you're doing a job at that point. You got to.
But I gotta get here. But like getting around was hard. Yeah.
I like doing spots, a bunch of spots. Right, I'm saying, but it's like. Your thought process is like, once you're having fun on stage, you look at your watch, you're like, shit, I'm on in 10 minutes, I'm on across town.
Yeah.
I hope they're running late, and I hope the next one's running early,
Yeah. I used to base it on how late I think the show's like fucking, just like, the Wall Street,
the classic
futures. You bet on futures, nigga. That's how I used to bet. I used to plan my shit around how late I know they'll be on a Friday. I can do this by there.
Christine's funny because Christine, as a manager of clubs that she's done so much, like the classic comics lie. I'm just looking for parking right now, but how far behind is the show? You're like, this motherfucker's nowhere near here.
I was a master at switching too with people. I'd
always add 10 blocks to how many blocks away. I'd take off 10 blocks. So how many blocks? I'm like 10 blocks away, but you're 20 blocks away.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Even when I'm like 15 minutes late, I'll keep texting like I'm 7 minutes late, but I'll keep in contact. You can give me that. I always text you though when I'm coming and when I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I'm 2 minutes away.
As long as I could get a response, I was golden. Because I'm like, if I can get a response, I can figure this out. If you're just going to avoid me,
right?
Then it's going to be a problem.
I never avoid. I go straight in.
Christine's gotten uppity since she got that necklace and that piano.
That's me playing.
A piano, I do it to you.
She can play the song. Right?
This isn't what I was playing.
Oh, this is what I think you're playing.
I think I'm playing like a abridged version of this.
This sounds like a Jaguar commercial.
Is Matthew McConaughey twirling those Furious Styles balls?
Jaguar.
Sherrod Small, thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Are we
man.
done?
We are done, buddy. We're actually over time.
Holy
Sherrod Small, he's got a podcast with Kurt Metzger. They do it called Race Wars from Stand Up Labs, available on iTunes and at patreon.com/Race Wars. That's patreon.com /Race Wars. Support that. And again, it's one of the fucking most brilliant, funny fucking podcasts going right now. So make sure you check that out. And Sherrod is going to be at Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie, January 28th. Get your tickets for that. Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie. Yes. Dan Soder, of course, going to be at Helium in Philadelphia. New Year's Eve weekend, this coming Thursday through Saturday. Make sure you check that out. Also, January 6th and 7th, Dan is going to be at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. For all tickets to all those events, go to dansoder.com. And me, I'm doing my West Coast run. So you know, American Comedy Company, San Diego, this weekend coming up. The Punchline, the weekend after that in San Fran. And then, of course, the gigs in Florida coming up the 12th to the 14th. Come check those shows out. Please, come show your love, campers. We will be back with Danny Soder on Wednesday. For Lou, Christine, Sherrod, I love you so much.
I love you.
West Side.